We're about to ride the entire Barcelona metro, as seen in this low-quality JPEG. But just to add some spice, we're also going to ride every thick, colored line on this map. That includes a funicular, this random part of the commuter rail up here, and both tram networks, one of which we're beginning with. I got no sleep last night. I've got my dad with me.
Barcelona.
It's a Sunday, so the trams are every 20 minutes.
You press the button to go in?
Yeah, let's go down so we don't have to deal with the dots. Right now we're on the T2, which goes up here, loops around, and then ends the first stop of the T3. This is a really nice tram, actually.
Really nice.
No man spreading, says the sign. This seems to be kind of a businessy section. We have some big office buildings up here. We're actually on a tram-only street right now, but the speed limit's 30 kilometers an hour.
Which is about 20 miles an hour, right?
Something like that,
18.
yeah. This appears to be construction for the Line 9 extension of the metro, which we'll talk about later. This is where we split off from Line 3. So T3 goes that way. We're going to end up on that later. This tram ends about a block that way, but it kind of curves all over the place before it gets there. The tram kind of went into this rainbow tunnel, and there's a direct metro entrance right there. Look at that. It's a U with an umlaut. I have been perplexed by the Catalan language this entire trip. We ended about a block from where we split off, so now we just have to walk back there and get a T3 back up this way. This is definitely not the most pleasant walking experience. We're next to this wall, there are no trees, it's really hot. This is what the tram stops are like. Not very good shelter, I have to say. Does every tram in this city have dots? Really beautiful view. Thankfully that ride was only about 10 minutes, but that was pretty miserable with the dots.
I'm joining him on the quest to end dots.
That train's actually what we're walking to now. It's not on the map, but it speeds our journey up, and it's a new mode, so it's, you know, intriguing. Check out this infrastructure. Now that's an amenity. Here's the commuter rail station. The way Barcelona's fare system works is that everything within the zone of Barcelona, no matter what train you're on, counts under the fare card. So this is free with our passes.
Pretty cool, or as we say in Spain, genial.
Is that a bathroom, by the way? Let's do a review. Wow. Alright, I got the gist. We were only on this for like 4 minutes, so you should go.
Okay, I'll go fast.
Yeah, this is a really nice train actually, and every 20 minutes it's really good. We're taking it to the end of line 5, our first actual metro line of this video. Both of the stations were kind of these nice traditional affairs. They both had ticket offices,
I love
but also
this.
fare gates.
Look at the view.
Oh, and oh, the metro station's right here. Do you remember when the tram went underground? There was a metro transfer right there. Well, I guess that's this stop. Defective. So my ticket became defective because I think it's just like been wrinkled in my pocket. They had a person there who just printed me a new one and set it for the same number of hours. That's so nice.
Oh, this is our
Oh yeah, let's do it. This is our first metro train of the day, fully walked through. Fantastic, fantastic train. We're taking this whole thing, but it's all underground, so I don't know how much this will actually make the cut, but it's all walked through. Those arrows say which side the doors will be opening on at the next stop.
Did you see what happened?
No.
I dropped it. I hope I didn't break it.
Oh.
You're killing. I did the thing I always thought you to do. I didn't put it on my. I didn't put my hand around the loop.
I think it's okay. It seems like it's okay.
I know this is a little crooked. I hope it's all right.
Oh my god. Wait, I don't know. So the camera may or may not be totaled. So I'm using my phone. We're detouring to the only camera shop in Barcelona that seems to be open on Sundays, and we don't know if it's actually a real camera shop.
In Latin, I would say mea culpa.
A few moments later.
So it was actually a used electronics place, so it wasn't really anything that fit our needs. We're gonna continue where we left off.
I am gonna make a guess that this is gonna be the most expensive shot ever in the history of miles in transit.
You might be right. On the Barcelona Metro, they actually count down by the second. This is my dad's math for how much phone storage I have and how much footage I can film. El Carmel, the station's very shiny. Alright, last stop. That was all of line 5. Mostly underground except for one above ground part that was too short for us to film. This is maybe our 4th escalator. The station is seemingly quite deep. The station's just kind of built into the hill. Definitely hit the suburbs, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Now we're heading to a funicular. That blue bus up there goes straight to it, but we missed it. So we're gonna walk to another bus that gets us kind of close, hopefully.
Yeah, at least we're really hot though.
We're at this bus stop waiting for the H2 bus. They do have real-time information, which is really cool. So our H2 is in 3 minutes. Our destination is that sloped building up there.
This is to punish me for dropping the camera. So I actually feel better about it.
These tracks are the remnant of the blue tram, which stopped running in 2018. I think it's like under renovation. Funicular this way. Oh.
Did you notice the blood sign? Somebody that was so upset that they cut their wrists here. Ah!
We have to take the local road up instead. This is the Funicular Tibidabo, which goes up to an amusement park. Oh, it's a 12 euro round trip ticket. We're only taking it one way, but they force you to do a round trip.
I was able to get it for $3.50, but I'm afraid to tell you why.
He's over 60.
Oh shoot, just by a little bit.
Pretty cool.
It really is.
All right, 2 questions. Number 1, was the funicular cool?
Yes.
Number 2, was it worth 12 euros?
It was worth what I paid. Wait until you're 60, and then you got a great bargain on your hands. This is really amazing.
I know.
This probably is worth the $12.50.
This is a really amazing view. Now we're gonna get the 111. It's a little minibus that comes up here. It's gonna take us to another funicular that should be paid for by our ticket, hopefully. This is a very cute bus. I see why it's a minibus too. Look at this airport. We went through some fare gates. We're in this interesting building, and oh, it's not here yet. This funicular ostensibly exists to connect the neighborhood up there to the commuter rail station down there, which is why it's under the normal fare system, but it seems like a lot of people used to get to Tibidabo too, to take the bus up. Was that worth nothing?
Yeah.
The funicular is actually in fare control of the commuter rail, so we can just go straight down. Ooh, the station's kind of small.
This is the random part of the commuter rail I was talking about. It's a thick colored line on the map, so I guess it counts.
They put the ad around the windows. They're after me, but there are no dots. This is a nice train. It's designed to get busy. Look, they have standing poles everywhere. All right. Les Planes. That is a beautiful fairy tale train station building. Oh my gosh. And now we just get a train back.
We're now heading down to Sarriá.
We're getting on this now, line 12. It's an actual metro line. This is just a little shuttle. Look at the route map. I feel like guys expected for a one-stop shuttle. It's pretty much empty. Well, that was a fun ride. Now we're just taking this back. It's worth knowing that we're on one of the segments of the metro that's run by the commuter rail company, which is why it's using the same cars. One-stop shuttle complete. This station is gorgeous. This is Sarriá. Now we're waiting for line 6, which runs on the same tracks as the S1 and S2, the line we took to get here. For a service that's all run by the same company, it's not coordinated super well. You have line 6 just kind of awkwardly running at a 15-minute interval, while the S1 and S2 are coordinated at a 10-minute interval. This ride is all underground, which I'm actually kind of grateful for because my phone's at a hearty 10%.
Uh-oh.
That's our train. It's every 15 minutes, so we're stuck here for a bit. This is where the 7 splits off, so we're gonna take the 7 up and then come back down to the trunk portion. History.
Yes, 1863.
That's when it opened?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but it was
Oh, it's
above
outside,
ground.
yeah.
Well, I can't read any of it. Is it in Catalan? Yeah. I think every 15 minutes is rough for a metro line. We're still here for another 11 because we just missed one.
11 minutes later.
stops are all very small and metro-y. We're here at Ave Tindidado, and that's it. We're just staying on. We'll go back. Oh, wow. This is like a proper station.
My phone's literally at 1%.
Day 2 of the Barcelona Metro. We're starting with trams again. No dots to be seen. This is the Eastern Tram network. Yeah. We have grassy tracks, always welcome. The Sagrada Familia is sort of in view down there, kind of.
I've complained a couple of times about how slow some of these trams are going, but then I realized the guy who built the Sagrada Familia, or the guy who designed it, was this guy Gaudi. He was hit by a tram and died from being hit by a tram. So in that case, I'm okay with the trams going a little slow around here.
It's funny, we were talking about the trams going slow, but this one's actually like outpacing cars on this street.
Yeah, it's actually nice. Just don't get hit by one.
Dots! I imagine this is the yard, given that it says tram on the building. So that was the T4. We have 18 minutes until the next T6 because the line runs a really weird schedule. It's less than every half hour. It's like every 33 minutes.
Real easy to remember.
This is the most photogenic factory and smokestacks I've ever seen in my life. Here comes the T6, is gonna take us back. No dots again. We are 2 for 2. The T6 only has one stop to call its own. It follows the T4 for a couple stops. It has its own stop at Lamina, and then it just follows the T5 back in. We're beginning the unique portion of the T6. This is the one unique stop. Looks like one off, one on. Now maybe a minute later we're joining up with the T5. The T6 doesn't really have much to offer. Wow, here's a tram-only subway station with a direct connection to the metro. We're just now on our own right-of-way in a tunnel next to a highway. We're coming out of the tram metro tunnel back out into the surface. That was really cool though. You go from this high-capacity metro section to a street-running single track. Alright, last stop. We've stopped off at the Design Museum to use the bathroom, and because tram T5 is every 16 minutes, it got to the point where we might as well just have a little lunch here. Tell me about this, Dad.
Well, they said it was a pizza.
Is it a pizza? It's weird because it's almost like grilled cheese on a pizza.
Yeah, it's not typical.
Bizarre combo, but I don't hate it. This is gonna be our tram. It's gonna turn around up there. We've run out of dots luck, but it's only on one window, which is honestly decently tasteful dots. This definitely isn't the most efficient setup in the world. This T4 is stuck until this T5 comes back, which it's now doing. Because the T4 runs through here, but the 5 and 6 end here. There goes the T6. We're back in uncharted territory. So it's really artsy smokestacks again. This is Gorg, and that was the entire Barcelona tram system. We're now getting on line 10, but confusingly this is line 10 north, because there are 2 line 9s and 2 line 10s that are eventually going to be connected by a tunnel through the city. Platform screen doors. This is kind of a quick trip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops. That took me out of the length there. Very nice long walking lanes. These are actually automated. So if we were to walk to the front, we'd be able to just see out the front. I feel like someone took the former window, but they deserve it more than we do. Now we wait for the line 9 to go down the line 9. Well, you can sort of see it. There's a view outside for a sec. This is Hansam. This is the last stop. But we're actually going to stay on and come back 4 stops to get on line 1. You literally left immediately. That was like, what, 20 seconds of sitting there?
Yeah.
Fondo. This line is so deep, there's a bank of elevators. And they're just open like this.
This is where you go if there's going to be an air attack. Can we press a button? Oh, you don't have
It's just automatic. Wow. This thing's fast too.
It is.
This is a fantastic elevator as far as
great ride.
elevator
This is going to
reviews
be a
go.
10.
I think this is a 10 out of 10 elevator. This will be a bit of a slog now. We're doing all of line 1 in one sitting.
I'm ready for it.
All underground. One cool thing about line 1, it uses the Iberian gauge, so the tracks are really far apart.
No third rail, which I like.
Oh
The
yeah,
rail's
right.
up
It's
there.
all overhead on Barcelona's metro. Okay, that train just left. I think we might be able to take that, but I didn't see any way to get over there. Not the greatest setup where you have 2 side platforms that you can get on either one with no clear way to get across them, but maybe I'm stupid. Our long journey begins. The lit up bits are where we've been, so we still have a long way to go. This is Catalunya, and I think those are the regional rail lines in the middle there. This stations are kind of a neat aesthetic. This stop is like semi-elevated. It's very bizarre. Oh, I guess we're back underground. Oh, hang on. It's a weird bridge, but I mean, you can sort of see.
I think the graffiti is done by the same people who put dots on buses.
We're back underground. That was very quick, but it was a fun reprieve. Florida, let's get out of here. Last stop. Weird turnstiles here. I guess we just push through them. We're walking through this kind of weird campus. We're getting a bus over to line 8 that comes in about 3 minutes. Geez, packed bus stop here. We might cause a stir because I don't think our tickets are covered on this route. This screen is useless. We're waiting for the L72. It said our bus was coming in an hour, which I don't think is wrong, but I don't really know. The screen just doesn't seem very helpful. There have been so many buses passing through here in all different colors and types. I mean, we can safely say we ran for nothing now. This is supposed to be 2 routes every 20 minutes. They like drop a trip, the buses come early. There are also so many people waiting here. Like, put more shelters in.
Yeah, it's only about 99 degrees right now.
72 has made the list, 4 minutes. It's coming, it exists. I don't even know how long we waited. I feel like 2 trips might have been dropped, like one on the 72 and one on the 70. Oh, I think everyone here wants it. I don't know, what do you think? Do you want to wait for the 70? It's 4 minutes. Yeah, it's finally coming. This is interesting. It has dots, but they're low. I don't know how long we waited in that awful bus stop.
Close to 40 minutes.
Jeez, it was 2:40.
But they give you change, which
Yeah,
is
that's nice.
nice.
There's some cool farmland over there. Over here, parking, baby. Even in this kind of industrial suburb, there's a nice walkway here. We're traveling on this really narrow street, but they still always extend the sidewalk to put a bus shelter in. We're like 12 minutes late or something like that on every 20-minute route. That's not great. Oh, the back window was dotted too. Now that I don't like. Line 8 is the final metro line that's run by the commuter rail company, but it has weird like 24-minute gaps in it. But we only have to wait about 15 minutes, which isn't bad, and we still have to walk to the station. Here's the footbridge to the train station. This station's honestly kind of a nice brutalism. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. In a weird way, this reminds me a bit of Secaucus Junction. Pretty nice platform here. It's shared with a bunch of regional lines, so I think that's probably why Line 8 has random gaps in it, because it's interlined with all these other things to provide a frequent service along here. So I guess this thing comes down, yeah, to make a step. That's cool. We're off. These seats are very comfy. It reveals the fact that this is actually a metro line that's run by the commuter rail company. These tracks feel like they're narrow gauge. We've had a couple underground stations now. This line might be subterranean for the rest of its length. This train is very slow. We've just been sitting here.
But it's a nice station to sit at.
Of all the stations to sit at, I guess this is the best. We're stopped again at the next stop. This is the second to last stop. So the chance that train is disabled. So I think everyone's kind of single tracking around this guy. Oh, it's kind of nice. This is a very nicely AC'd train. So we're doing the eastern half of line 3 right now. The western half will be later. There's a nice cross-platform transfer to line 2, here where the lines are parallel. These stations have all been pretty much the same. I'm getting the feeling this part of the line was built a lot later, because now it's a bunch of modern center platform stations. Now we're gonna head to line 11, which is what I'm really excited for. This is like a shuttle that goes up into the hills. It uses light rail vehicles, so I don't know what to expect with that.
And I'm just psyched to go up into the hills because it's gonna be nice and cool up there.
Whoa. This might be history? I don't know. It's got animated flowers as you move along it. line 4 ends here, and then you kind of go over here, and it's line 11. I guess that begs the question, why wouldn't you just extend line 4 down the same tracks? But I don't know. I don't know why Wikipedia called this light rail. This was like just a metro train, but only like one little half of it. This might actually be single track. Maybe that's why they ran it with a shuttle instead of an extension. That was all line 11. Yeah, it is definitely the hills. Back at the end of line 11, we're gonna head over to line 4. We're now on line 4, which is a really oddly shaped crescent. That's about the only fun fact I can think of for line 4.
At this point, my dad left because we didn't have any way of contacting my mom and we were late to meet her, so it's just me from this point.
Update. All the stops have been the same so far. This is the third to last stop, and it's finally kind of a unique design, like the cube. Last stop, all the stops are the same, which isn't a bad thing, it just makes it a boring thing to actually ride from beginning to end. Now we're gonna get line 2. Nice. So we're gonna head out to one end and then do the whole thing back. Alright, this is Barcelona, the final stop. Totally not Barcelona, it's a different municipality. And this train leaves. I think this train might have left. Well, back on the same train we go. Back at the interchange line 4. At some point on this trip, we started doing left-hand running because we're going that way and the other track's on that side. Alright, now the hope is just that we can finish everything tomorrow. Guess we'll find out now. Well, you will. I won't. We're back at Parallel. It's the next day. First, my ticket died, which, like, these tickets die if you breathe on them, so that's great. Then we had the slowest line 2 train ever. Now we're running for the funicular. It's Dad and Mom. It leaves in 1 minute. We don't have that much time until our flight. No, I think we missed it. 10 minutes. We gotta wait 10 minutes. We're screwed. We're screwed. There's no way we're doing this. The doors have been closed for like 30 seconds. It's just sitting there. Well, 8 minutes and 19 seconds. The doors are closing. It's 1:02 and this is supposed to leave at 1:01, so even the funicular's late today. We're off. So this is the Montjuïc Funicular. This funicular is actually on the metro map. It's included as part of the fare. Well, we're halfway because we're passing another funicular and it's still underground. We left the tunnel. I think we're starting to kind of go up a little bit and back underground. Well, I guess we made it. That was kind of underwhelming. We'll see if there's a good view, I guess. All right, well, it's a park.
You gonna stay here and sell? Why? There's a view through the trees.
It's still hard to see. All the trees are in the way. Well, there's kind of a view. There is an aerial tram here. The aerial tram.
Do that.
It's not included in our tickets.
For what?
It's not in color. Well, time to head back down. We're gonna do the western half of line 3. This is probably not gonna be a very interesting ride. Here's Smyth, which is the main train station in Barcelona. All right, this is kind of a cool geometric design here. We made it in good time. Zona Universitaria. Some cool artwork up here. This is the other end of line 9. I think we have another one of those elevator banks. All right, well, why do you have dots on this elevator? There's this cool view of us coming down, but we can't see it because of the dots. Lines 9 and 10 share track here, but for some reason only the 9 comes up this way. So we have to take the 9 one stop and then get the 10. Now our train's coming in. Fulmer window, baby! We've split off from line 9. I'm disappointed in myself for not filming that in the Fulmer window. These stations are really modern and nice. We're outside. Yay! Look at these transit accessible auto shops.
Why would anyone get off here?
Próxima estación, next station, Eco Bank.
Próxima estación. Next station, Eco Park. Well, here's the last stop. I mean, there's a transit accessible gas station. There's a transit accessible oil vat or whatever. The train is decently busy, so this extension is serving some people. So now that we're back in the tunnel, I have to talk about the tunnel architecture of lines 9 and 10. There's a Reese Martin video about this that explains it in much better detail than this will be. But basically, they built the tunnel to have 4 tracks, room for 1, 2, 3, 4. It's stacked. And they basically did that so they can include the stations as part of the bore because there's room for a platform on the right here. They basically do that for every station. It's just the station's part of the bore. So you save money on the most expensive part of the tunnel building process, which is building the station boxes. We're back at Cole Blanc to get on line 5 to get home to the hotel. There's 1 elevator here. Time to count the escalators. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 escalators and 1 elevator. This station is funded by Big Escalator. Just build some elevators and get rid of the escalators. Line 9 starts now. All right, we're back. We have big bag going to the airport. Unfortunately for a last trip, this is pretty uninteresting. It's all underground. This is a kind of neat stop. Airport Terminal 2. Next stop is Terminal 1. Last stop.
At Airport Terminal 1 and Airport Terminal 2 stations, you must validate your ticket in order to exit.
At Airport Terminal 1.
We did it! Every mile of the Barcelona metro.
And I did almost all of it.
Almost.
We're gonna miss our plane.